Hi, and welcome to video 4 in our ggplot data visualization series. In this one we're going to talk about the geom object. Now a geom is a geometrical object that a plot uses to represent data. So they could be things like bars, lines, points, box plots, so forth. Let's look at our previous example. And instead of geom point now, I'm going to use geom smooth. So this is a different geom. Okay, now not every aesthetic is going to work for every type of geom. So in this case, right, I have an X and a Y in my aesthetic for this geom. But sometimes, for instance, shape is going to work for points, but not for lines, and line type will work for lines and not for points. For instance, since geom smooth is a line, we can use a line type, and we can set the line type to be based on, because I'm putting it in an aesthetic now, the line type can be based on another variable. So in this case, what I have done is I've changed the line type depending on what drive it is, and you can see that it changed the smoothing so that there's smoothing for each of the different types of drives. And now this gray shadowing around it is the standard error around the line. So you can see these are the four-wheel drives and the line that goes through those, and same thing, this is the rear-wheel drive and the front-wheel drive. Okay, so this may look a little strange without showing the points, but I can put more than one geom. So I can, for instance, take the same thing that I had before, and now I'm going to add a geom point to that same graph where I still have the mappings of X is the displacement, Y is the highway, and now I'm going to add color to be the drive. And I'm doing color to be the drive as well in the geom smooth. So if I do that, then I'm going to have the points that are colored by drive and the lines that have those same colors. And the type is going to be different, so that I have different lines and colors for the three different types of drive. Now this was pretty repetitious, right? We keep repeating the mapping aesthetic and so forth. Instead of doing that in the geom, we could put that level of detail in my ggplot command, and then everything in that ggplot is going to apply to each of the geoms. And if I need to add something different, so for instance, the things that were in common were the X, the Y, and the color, but the line type was only applied to the geom smooth. So I can do it this way by adding that to the geom smooth, and then just put geom point with the empty parentheses, and I will get the exact same result. Now rather than having three lines, if I wanted, I could just add one trend line, say for the front wheel drive cars, but see all the other points. The way I would go about that is I would set up my plot, my ggplot command, and add my points. Then I'm going to add a line, but here for the data, I'm going to overwrite what the data was. So instead of just being MPG, I'm going to filter MPG by where the drive is equal to front wheel drive. And then I'm going to turn on the standard error equals false so that I don't have that shaded area around the line. Now I just have the front wheel drive line added to the graph. Now here we're going to stop this video, and I want you to work numbers 1 through 5 of section 3.6.1. So this is the exercises with this. Do it either on your own or with a friend. And then watch the next video to see how I worked the same problems, which doesn't mean those will be the right solutions. It's just how I did it. But don't look ahead because I don't want to spoil your fun. Okay, so stop and take some time to do that. This won't count as part of your assignment, but just have some fun playing around with it and trying out different options and reinforce what we've just been talking about.